Hello students, I welcome you again for our digital class. Science and Technology Part 1. What do you see in the pictures? Yes, you see some chemical reactions taking place. Now these chemical reactions, they involve the atoms, electrons in it. So today we begin with our lesson number 3, chemical reactions and equations. Our lesson includes chemical reactions, rules of writing chemical reaction, balancing a chemical equation and types of chemical reactions. Now in the previous classes you have studied about the elements and compounds. We have also seen about the valency of elements. It is the capacity of the elements to combine with each other. We have also studied about how molecular formulas are written for different compounds and also the different molecular formulas. In the earlier standards, we have seen how compounds are formed by chemical combination of elements like water, H2O, sodium hydroxide, NaOH. We have also learned that driving force behind formation of a chemical bond is to attain an electronic configuration with complete octet. We have seen that when the elements they combine with each other to form a compound, they complete the octet. The atoms attain a complete octet by either giving or taking or sharing electrons with each other. We have studied all these in our previous classes. Now in the given table, you can see the common and the chemical names of some compounds. You all will write down these names in your notebook. You have studied about carbon dioxide, ammonium chloride, calcium oxide, copper sulfate, zinc sulfate and their molecular formulas. Now some of the scientists of the 18th and the 19th century carried out fundamental experiments on some chemical reactions. They proved from their experiments that during chemical reactions, composition of a matter changes and that change remains permanent. On the contrary, during physical change, only the state of matter changes and this change is often temporary in the nature. Now in the following table, identify the physical and the chemical changes. Transformation of ice into water is a physical change. In a physical change, again the original properties are retained. Cooking of food is a chemical change. Ripening of fruit, milk turned into curd, evaporation of water, digestion of food in stomach, size reduction of naphtha balls exposed to air, staining of Shahabadi or Kadapa tile by lemon juice, breaking of a glass object, falling from an height. Out of these, which are the physical changes and write down which are the chemical changes. So we infer that a physical change takes place due to change in the parameters such as temperature, pressure. Often a physical change is reversible, like water is turning into ice and ice is back turning into water. The composition of matter remains the same in a physical change. For example, ice is transformed into water on heating and water is transformed into ice on cooling. On the contrary, if the composition of matter changes during a process, then it is a chemical change. When we call a particular process or phenomena as a chemical change, some chemical reactions are taking place in the concerned matter. Now let's see what is a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is a process in which some substances they undergo bond breaking and are transformed into a new substances by the formation of new bonds. The substances which are taking part in the chemical reaction are called reactants, which are written at the left hand side of the reaction. Whereas the substances formed as a result of chemical reaction by formation of new bonds are called as products, which are written at the right side corner. For example, formation of carbon dioxide gas by combustion of coal in air is a chemical reaction. In this reaction, coal, that is carbon, and oxygen from air are the reactants, while carbon dioxide is the product. A chemical reaction is represented by writing a chemical equation. Now for example, let us look at this chemical equation. How we are going to say it in the word equation? Aqueous solution of copper sulfate reacts with zinc dust to give you aqueous solution of zinc sulfate and copper. This is the simple way of representing a chemical reaction. In words, it is called as a word equation. Now, how are we going to write it as a chemical equation? Yes, the molecular formula of copper sulfate is written as CuSO4 plus zinc gives you ZnSO4 plus Cu. The representation of a chemical reaction in a condensed form using chemical formula is called as a chemical equation. Now let us study how are we going to write this chemical equation from the given word equation. Sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid gives you sodium sulfate and water. That is NaOH plus H2SO4, and the product is going to be Na2SO4 plus H2O. Now you have to see the number of how many reactants are there and how many products are there. The second step is we are going to check whether the equation is balanced or not by comparing the number of atoms of various elements present on the two sides. Now take out your page number 34 in your textbook. Let's see the second step. Check whether the equation is balanced or no. Now look at the left hand side reactants. The number of atoms for Na is 1 and products number of atoms for Na is 2. For oxygen it is 5 and for product it is 5. Hydrogen it is 3 and products number of atoms it is 2. For sulfur it is 1 and number of atoms product it is 1. Now let's see the step number 3. It is convenient to start balancing an equation from a compound which contains the maximum number of atoms. Moreover, it is convenient to first consider that element in this compound which has unequal number of atoms on the two sides. Now number of atoms the sodium atom has. In the reactants in NaOH it is 1 and in the products it is 2. Now to balance it we have to multiply 1 by 2. So both the side it becomes 2. Now our next step is sodium 2 we have balanced it. Now oxygen there are 6 in the reactant side and 5 in the atom product side. Hydrogen 4 and 2 and sulfur 1 and 1. Now you have to balance it on both the sides. So how are you going to balance it? Yes, we will be writing 2 NaOH, H2SO4, so it becomes Na2SO4 and H2O. Now here students you have to know the correct molecular formula. Like you know sodium hydroxide the molecular formula is NaOH. Sulfuric acid the molecular formula is H2SO4. Sodium sulfate the molecular formula is Na2SO4 and water it is H2O. So when the products are being formed you have to know the correct molecular formula. So then it becomes very easy for you to balance the equation. Now write down the final balanced equation. Now what we have done is we have written 2 NaOH, yes, and then we get Na2. Okay, so initially for hydrogen it was 4, products it is 2. So what we have done for hydrogen we have added 2, so it becomes 2H2O. So what we have done, what was the original reaction? NaOH plus H2SO4, Na2SO4 plus H2O. So to balance the equation what have we done? We have written 2 on NaOH side and 2 on H2O side. In this way a balanced equation is obtained from an unbalanced equation by applying proper factors to appropriate reactant and products so as to balance the number of each element in the step. Now we have seen how the chemical equation is formed. Now let us come to the type of the reactions. Now chemical reactions are classified into the 4 types in accordance with the nature and the number of reactants and the products. The first is a combination reaction. The word itself suggests combination means when 2 or more reactants they combine in a reaction to form a single product, it is called a combination reaction. Now chemical combination, one example is given to you. 2 Mg plus O2 gives you 2 MgO. Hold a magnesium strip in a pair of tongs and ignite. On burning in air, a white powder of magnesium oxide is formed. The reaction can be written as 2 Mg plus O2, 2 MgO. Now let's see how it has been done. See, you can see in the slide also, the magnesium wire is burnt in air with the white powder of magnesium oxide is formed, and the reaction is written as given below, and the magnesium wire burns with a bright flame. Now second is the decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction, the chemical reaction in which two or more products are formed from a single reactant is called the decomposition reaction. Now let's see. Take some sugar in an evaporating dish and heat it with the help of a Bunsen burner. After some time, you will see the formation of the burnt out black substance. Now what has happened in this activity? Sugar, when it was heated, we get carbon and water. At home also you must have done it sometimes, that if you burn sugar, you get a black color precipitate, and that black precipitate is nothing but carbon. So decomposition reaction is a reaction when only one reactant is giving rise to two or more products. Sugar C12H22O11 when heated gives you 12C, that is carbon, and 11H2O, that is water. See, one more example you can see is calcium carbonate decomposes to give you calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So one reactant and two products. Now let's see the third one, displacement reaction. The reaction in which the place of the ion of a less reactive element in a compound is taken by other more reactive element by formation of its own ion is called as displacement reaction. Now let us see one example. Here Fe, that is iron plus copper sulfate, gives you iron sulfate plus copper. So a single displacement is seen here. Copper sulfate first is there, and then we get it as ferrous sulfate. Yes. So we can see the single displacement reaction here, where the place of a less reactive element in a compound is taken by other more reactive element by formation of its own ion. Also you can see in one experiment here, first the solution of copper sulfate is taken, then in that iron nail is kept, and after little while you will see that the blue color copper sulfate solution becomes little faded and copper is deposited on the iron nail. This experiment also you will be doing it in your practical book. Now let us see the double displacement reaction. The reaction in which the ions in the reactants are exchanged to form a precipitate are called as double displacement reaction. Means here the double displacement takes place. Means the two places are changed. Silver nitrate reacts with potassium chloride to give you silver chloride plus potassium nitrate. So children, you can see here the double displacement, the places are changed. So we see that the reaction in which the ions in the reactants are exchanged to form a precipitate are called as double displacement reactions. So here we come end with our first video. What have we learned till now? We have studied about the chemical reactions, the rules of writing a chemical reaction in 4 steps, how we are going to balance the chemical reaction equation. We have seen 4 types of chemical reactions, that is combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. Now children, what you will do? You will learn how to write the equation, how you will balance the chemical equation, then you will learn all the 4 types of reactions with one example each and you will write it down in your notebook. Read the lesson thoroughly, mark important points. Thank you. Stay safe, stay home.